Hello, everyone. So today, I want to talk about my final Switch 2 predictions before tomorrow comes. So, anyways, first I want to talk about my predictions for what the system can do, and then my predictions for the games. So, what I want to say is, so I want to say is, for a system, there's a few things I love for a system to have. That would be great. And first, it would be no Joy-Con drift, but at the same time, I don't know if Nintendo will advertise that or not. But if they do, it better not have Joy-Con drift. But if it doesn't, let's just hope that the Joy-Cons last longer than the Joy-Cons on the Switch One. That would be nice. But they won't really. I don't think they'll say anything about that. But anyways, another feature I have an idea about is that maybe you can share some of your gameplay clips to YouTube. That would actually be really awesome. Um, I remember you could do it in Mario Kart 8 on Wii U, but not on the Switch. That's just hilarious. But then again, you could send your Switch Mario Kart 8 videos to Facebook and Twitter, or should I say X? But anyways, another thing I want for the Switch 2 is a hub like Miiverse, but way more moderated. Like maybe, like here's what I'm thinking they could do. They don't have to instruct messaging. Like they don't have to have messaging, but I'm thinking maybe you could just say your comments, and but except for you can't reply to anyone. I think that'd be a good idea. I think that could be a very good idea. You can say what you want, but you're not allowed to reply to anyone. No one else is. I think that'd be a good idea. But anyways, and they don't, and with that, I say they don't have to add messaging. It would be nice if they would, but like honestly, I could go either way. But anyways, if this Miiverse thing works. But anyways, another thing I have to say is I hope that the Switch 2 has a new feature like 4K Rumble. That would be cool. It'd be cool if it did something new. But I also hope that the system has more personality. Like I really hope that the eShop will have music and it'll actually look good like the Wii U and Wii stuff. eShop or Virtual Console. But anyways, now, oh yeah, and I also hope that the system has voice chat in game, but that's not gonna happen. Like with the regular way, yeah, that's not gonna happen. But anyways, now I want to talk about the games. So we all know three Mario is going to be shown. Now whether it's going to release this year has yet to be seen. But I'm sure they're gonna show it and it's gonna be really awesome. Um, they're probably gonna have Mario Kart, the next Mario Kart game, as a launch title. I'd hope, considering that that was the first game they showed. I hope it's a launch title, but if it's not, I hope you don't just get. I really hope that the launch games aren't just like games that are on other systems. Like I want the launch lineup to actually have some new games and new franchises. But anyways, another thing I have to say is I hope they show games that will come out with mostly coming out this year and next year. Heard that I heard that the direct is gonna be 60 minutes long, so that's really really cool. Um, so that defeats the theory that one of the YouTubers I watched had, where he said the worst case scenario. I think Switch Shop he was called. He said the worst case scenario would be if the direct is only 30 minutes and they barely talk about the system and barely show any games. If they do show games, they're like just images or in development. But anyways, I think it'll be better than that at the very least. But anyways, that's why I have. Oh yeah, another thing I have to say is I hope there's a few games on my wish list that I want to show up at least some directs. I'd like to see a new F Zero, a new Wario Land game, a new Wave Race, cause I'd love to see the water effects. I also want to see I also want to see a new Kid Icarus game. Maybe Sakurai's working on that, but anyways, that's and I'd like to see a trailer of a 3D Donkey Kong game. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Bye.